on doing what you keep on doing what you end up in jail.
Our next guest is on to promote UFC 131 on pay-per-view this Saturday. He'll be defending his title against the winner of the main event. He's the UFC heavyweight champ. Cain Velasquez joins the show. Cain, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
So, Cain, how's the shoulder going, man?
Shoulder's going good. Right now, the doctor says, he just wants me to strengthen the shoulder, the whole arm, so we can start full training again. But I'm back in the gym. I'm kicking left punches, technique. So I'm happy to start working again.
Now, real quick, because it's a little bit of confusion about this. Exactly when did you hurt the shoulder?
You know what? It was during the Brock fight, but I don't know what exact moment in that fight when it happened.
Okay.
There had to be a moment there though where there was never a moment where you felt some sort of incredible pain in the middle of that fight, where you said, "Oh, that was probably it."
No, I mean, there's so much adrenaline, going through your body that you just don't feel anything. As soon as I was done with the fight, I just felt that my shoulder was sore, so I didn't think anything of it till later on that night where, when my body cooled down, that's when I felt that my shoulder was hurting.
Huh. Now, what do you think the hardest part of recovering from that has been for you?
Just being, not doing anything, the doctor, you're going from like 100 miles an hour of training every day, 3 times a day and stuff like that. And then when the doctor says you can't do anything, not even run or do anything like that simple, that was the hardest thing, not to do anything, not to use it.
All right, now that you're back training again, how close are you to being at 100%?
He says as soon as I strengthen my shoulder again, which he says he might clear me by the end of June. So I'm hoping that happens. And as far as the fight, they're thinking October or November.
Do you feel like you have any range of motion issues? I mean, because I know that a shoulder injury is pretty serious and it could leave some pretty lasting effects on you. Do you think that it's kind of messed you up for good in any way?
No, the doctor's really happy with my motion, and I don't have any limited motion in my shoulder. I have all the motion that I've had before I had the surgery, so I think it went out well.
Huh. Now, okay, let's talk about you were supposed to be fighting Brock Lesnar when you come back. Obviously, he pulled out because of that diverticulitis thing. How did you react to that when you first heard it? And were you on that conference call when he announced it?
No, I wasn't. But it's you guys always you always have to suspect something like that, because we get hurt in this sport a lot. It's part of the territory.
Sure.
It happens. So there's no surprise. People get hurt all the time and have to pull out fights. So.
Did you were a major wrestler growing up and even in college at ASU? Did you see this many injuries? Were injuries this prevalent and when you were wrestling as they are when you're doing mixed martial arts?
Yeah, in wrestling there was a lot of injuries too, but you just kind of had to go out and wrestle, when you were hurt. With this sport, with the fighting now, people are always hurt. Even going into their fights, nobody is ever 100% where nothing's really bothering them, but you just have to go out there and fight.
Cain, you're the heavyweight champ now, man. You're the heavyweight.
Man.
Yeah, you're the heavyweight champ of the UFC. God, how good does that feel now? How much different has life been?
It feels great. As far as anything changing of my life, it's just been a lot of more media attention and a lot more, attention from the public. Walking around and just getting recognized. But it just feels great. That I worked so hard, for this moment. So right now, it's just coming back. Getting back in the octagon and defending that title.
Do girls from your hometown hit you up that kind of dissed you before, like that Mike Jones song back then? Like now they want to holler at you.
Yeah. No, I haven't got any of that, but that's funny. Yeah,
that is funny.
So go ahead.
Do you feel like there's an overwhelming sense of not lack of accomplishment, but just still business to get done until you actually defend successfully that belt?
Yeah. I have to get back. I have to get my technique back like I was before. Get the ring rust out, all that stuff. And it's a work in progress right now. I just feel a little left behind. I have to get back into the motion like I was before.
Cain, Alistair Overeem said that if he wins the Strikeforce Grand Prix, he wants to fight you for the belt. What did you think when you heard that, or have you heard it? And do you think that winning that tournament is doing enough to have a chance at the title?
It definitely is. Those guys at Strikeforce, are great fighters. Those guys have been at the top of the world too. So, the winner, definitely, I would love to fight because I want to fight the best guys. But right now, all my focus is on what happens this weekend with Dos Santos and Carwin.
Everybody's saying that if it goes more than one round between JDS and Carwin, that the favor's eventually going to shift into Junior Dos Santos's behalf, I guess. Do you believe that's true?
I think so. From watching the fight with Carwin and Brock, it went to the second round, and the Carwin was just gassed and dead. So, I see it happening that way. But he has talked a lot. Carwin has talked a lot, saying that his condition is better now. He's changed up his diet to go on those later rounds. So we just have to wait and see what happens.
Before you beat Brock Lesnar, he kind of seemed like a guy who was just not you just couldn't be defeated,
untouchable.
Yeah. What do you think the hardest part to fighting him was for you?
The hardest part? I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know what would be the hardest part to fighting him. It was just definitely a lot of pressure, a lot of eyes are focused on that fight. But I know what I had, and I just trained accordingly to what I thought would be the best way to beat him.
Does the pressure ever have that big of an effect on you, though?
It doesn't. Some people it might. Some people listen. Go on the media and kind of hear what people are saying about them or anything like that. For me, it's just I don't listen to any of it. I don't go online and check what people are saying about me. I just I know what my job is. It's pretty simple. Go out and train and go out and win fights.
All right, you haven't fought Dos Santos, you haven't fought Carwin, and you haven't fought Overeem. Do you feel yourself paying more attention to one side or the other, knowing that potentially you could fight one of these three guys?
Just have all my attention right now on Carwin and Dos Santos.
Okay.
Okay, let's get your predictions. Who do you think is going to win this weekend?
I think I'm favoring Dos Santos. I think his boxing is a lot better. He's more technical. He's a lot faster. A lot more movement. But with Carwin, he hits really hard. So if he connects with the punch, I see him winning that fight. But I'm favoring Dos Santos.
Carwin's more of a brawler. Do you find yourself wanting to fight a guy like that, or more a guy like Dos Santos?
Cain will go against anybody. He doesn't care. He doesn't care how he fights.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't matter. I want to fight the best guy. So the best guy that wins, this weekend, that's who I want to fight.
Okay, one last question before we let you go. Your brown pride tattoo, that thing gets a lot of attention. It's gotten a lot of run since you've gotten into the spotlight of MMA. What kind of reaction do you get from fans with that? Because when you first started blowing up, I was reading articles. Oh, he's in a gang because he has a tattoo that says brown pride. I figured, he's just Hispanic who is proud of his heritage.
Yeah.
What kind of reaction do you get from people for that?
When people find out why I got the tattoo, they're happy about it. You know what I mean? For people that don't know, I got it because I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud. My dad crossed the border a bunch of times. Walked the desert to get where he wants to be, and he got deported back a bunch of times too.
Really?
But his dream was to raise his family in the United States. So I'm proud of what he did. I'm proud of what our people stand for. That's hardworking people.
That's awesome, man. Well, again, Cain was on to promote UFC 131. It's going to be on pay-per-view this Saturday. Cain, thanks so much for the time, man. Let's try to get you on before your next big fight.
Definitely.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
Thanks, man.
You too. Bye-bye.